not. Hold on. It ain't coming up though. It's not rolling across the bottom. Cause you don't see it. Okay, there we go. All right, what's good, y'all? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
We are back for episode 11 of the Cypher Road to 100. And DJ, if you don't mind, please give me a rundown of the albums for today's listing.
Okay, we got a good batch here, except for one I just really don't care for. But we got Faithful Must See from Mustard, DJ Mustard. We got Songs for Sinners and Saints from Killer Mike. We got Summertime Butch, Benny the Butcher. Hood Poet from Polo G. And we got Sugar Honey Iced Tea from Latto.
Okay. Oh, dang. So what episode? So Logic is on 12, right? Ultra 85. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have that one for episode 12. That's as far as I go. So I have 12 ready. Yeah, well, I'll be ready for 12 this week. What do you want to start? Let's get Polo G out the way first.
Yes, Lord.
I gave it a hell to fuck no out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I got.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't got too much to say on it though. I feel as though this album is ass. It doesn't make me want to invest or go into another Polo G project. It just sound like I don't even know what to call it, bro. It just don't sound good, bro. I don't like how he rapping / singing. I don't really like a lot of the beats on here. I mean, I just gave it a 5.5 just for, like you said, sounding your name at the top. But I don't see myself ever listening to this project again. It just nothing about him. Like I don't like him. So if I don't like you, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like your music. Like I have to be able to like the person in order to like the music. And I don't really care for none of these songs. It's kind of I'm over it. So
I get if we giving it a 5 for signing your name, he got a 4.9 out of 10.
Oh damn!
Shit not good, bro. Like it's not because it's a younger person. This shit just not good. Like
right.
I'm straight. Let's go to the next one. Let's not spend no more time on Polo G. What we got next?
Let's go Latto. Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
Her Loss 2. This is Her Loss 2. Go ahead.
Bro, I ain't even think about that, but now that you say that, because I listened to this album again before we did this episode, and that's exactly what that shit sound like. It's like some Her Lost throwaways, bro. Like it really sound like that.
Flip the same T.I. song that they did on Her Loss.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then the outro song, she rapping just like Drake. The beat just like a Drake beat. It's just like you can tell that nigga was around, or she just wanted to use his style.
I mean, I can see that with her rumors, like her being with 21 Savage, and 21 Savage is tied to Drake at the hip now.
Especially at this point in time, because this was around this was not too long after the release of Her Loss.
Yeah.
Probably when they was working on this album too.
So I can see they just basically gave her the template and the format and like, hey, go run with it. You know, but even outside of that, I do think it's a good project still. I definitely feel a Latto has potential. Like she can rap. I did like a lot of the songs on here. Probably my favorite song, which is the one that's kind of going live right now, is on Sunday Service. I really like that song.
I did too.
I like that song. I like the video for it. I like Shrimp and Grits from featuring Young Nudie. Prize Possession featuring Tizo Touchdown. It's another good one that I like. I like Good to You featuring Sierra. Even though this is based on a Drake starter pack song, but I do like Shout Out to Me. I do like it. Even though it is just Drake, you know. But I also like Put It on the Floor as well, remix featuring Cardi B. So I mean overall, like I said, take away the stuff with the 21 Savage and the Drake shit. I think it's still an enjoyable project, and I can understand why she's as popular as she is right now. I don't see her going anywhere anytime soon. I think she's made a lane for herself, and the fact that all the female rappers are really just like unified for the most part. Like all the new up and coming female artists that's popular, they all work together. They work, saying flow in and out. There ain't really no beefing or nothing like that. Like the beefing come from them and like the older generation,
Yeah.
i.e. Nikki. Nikki hate all their ass, so uh, but overall, like I think it's a good project. I don't know if it'll make my list or not. If it do, it'll probably be in that 15 to 25 range, or no, like the 20-25 range, maybe.
Yeah.
But but I still think it's a good project. What you think?
I gave it a 7.4 out of 10. I described this album as good, cute, reckless as 21-year-old. My boyfriend is a drug dealer music.
Pretty much. That's
Um,
exactly what it is.
to
Art
say,
imitates life.
to say what she be saying, she sounds so wholesome. Like she
Yeah.
got that rasp on her voice. She sounds like just a cute little kid. Like it's just like that's so that's like a weird like juxtaposition, like what she be saying and how she sound. And then she don't sound how she look for real.
Yeah.
But
She
like
is
I said,
Southern Belle, man.
yeah, this is definitely her loss too. The best songs sound like some Drake shit. But ironically, it's better than all 4 of his last albums, including the shit he just put out. So better than his last 5 albums. I'm excited to see if she can ascend artistically. I say it was a solid project. It just sounds too much like something that Drake has done. But I like Big Mama. I think I like the intro, Georgia Peach.
Yeah.
I like There She Go. Let's see. I like Air Candy. I think I like Squeeze. I like Good to You. I think I like Look What You Did, Prize Possession. And Shout Out to Me was the last song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too. It's just like, damn, bro, this sounds just like a Drake song, bro. Like the rhyme scheme she used, like how like the pockets when Drake rap like that, he's rapping in the same pocket the whole time. But like even like where they taking breaths at to how they position to start the verse. I mean to start each line is just like, damn, bro, this shit sound just like some Drake shit.
Like even the word she used, like
Yes.
it's up for you bitches. I'm warring with y'all, like up to the core in the call,
Yeah,
or
it sound just like some Drake shit. So I'm
yeah,
not saying he wrote it because we don't know if he be writing the shit. He write, but it sound like she was very inspired by him. So I guess if Drake makes song that the girls like, a girl making songs that girls like by being inspired by a nigga who makes songs that girls like, it's a win-win, I guess.
yeah.
I feel like out of her, Meg, Glow,
Flo
Flo,
Milli.
Sexy Red, I think she's the best artist out of the group. Like if we talk everything all encompassed, I think she's the best artist out of the group. I think she has the best voice out of the group. I think Meg might be the best pure rapper out of the group, but she
Yeah,
not far behind.
yeah,
So yeah, I do want to see how she grows as an artist because she young as hell too. She might be like 25.
yeah. I
Um,
think she's like 25, 26. Yeah,
so yeah. I think she can put out a really good album sometime in her career. While this may not have been it as far as like just really good, she definitely showed potential to be a very good artist at some point in her career.
yeah. And I can't wait to settle the score. That sound like that's exactly what Drake would say, bro. Like what the fuck? That shit crazy. But let's go to the next one, bro. I mean, it's a good project for sure. So I'm a
Settle the score,
right.
heavy the chords, blessed by the Lord. It's just like
Lord.
how many times like I shut up. What's next, bro?
The next project we got Benny the Butcher, Summertime Butch.
Okay.
This is one of the, I think the 3 projects he released last year. He did 2 or 3.
Because it was Everybody Can't Go, Summertime Butch, and maybe was it
Oh,
Stabbed and Shit?
yeah, Shot and Stab too. Yeah, so it was 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he dropped 3 projects last year, and I just a future foreshadowing. I think this is actually the bottom of the three that he
Mhm.
dropped last year. Because I did go ahead and listen to Shining Stab too, and I actually really like that album. We'll get to that later because it's on the list.
Okay.
But this album here, I still think Everybody Can't Go is the best out of the three that he dropped last year. But this ain't that far behind it, to be
Yeah.
perfectly honest. I did enjoy it. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. Some of the songs I enjoyed was Nightfall, The Blue Building, Summer 24, Higher, Kitchen Table. I liked all those songs. He's rapping as good as he's always rapped for the most part. But I mean, at the same time, if you heard one Benny album, you pretty much heard them all. I feel like he kind of rap about the same shit. And he still make you feel like he trying to make you look like, bro, I really did this shit. Like he's gonna like like he's gonna drive that point home to let y'all niggas know I really did the shit that I rap about. This is how I did it. Like
Yeah.
this is me. I'm real. Like in that part, I feel so it's kind of like a detriment against him. Like I get what you're saying. I understand the passion,
Mhm.
but you shouldn't have to reiterate to us every project like I really did this shit. Like it should just speak for itself. Like in your subject matter and like your comfortability with, you know what I'm saying, the shit that you rapping about, we can feel it. Like
Yeah.
you really did this shit. You don't have to tell me every time you go in the song, I really sold drugs. I was really in the trenches. I did this shit. I did that. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't understand. Like you shouldn't have to tell me that. Just rap it, and I feel it, and I come with my own conclusion of what you told me. But
Yeah. That nigga say some shit like, if I ever wrote a book about coke, I'd be a scholar. I grew up and I was always addicted to getting a dollar. If I ain't in the top 5 list, well, it's a problem. Like, I been a goddamn, bro. Like that's his verse. That's all of his verses, bro. And I just sat here and thought about that shit while you was talking. Like I'm listening, but I'm like in my head, like something was like, Benny be like, Benny. So like, cause what triggered it was like once you heard one Benny album, you heard them all. Like from Tana Talk 3 all the way forward. The biggest thing with him is because I get it, they have a niche lane.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like they've built a fan base that expects that type of shit from them. Um, so you know, I get it. But as far as this project in a vacuum is good, not quite everybody can't go quality. Um, as far as the raps and production, but still a very solid project from Benny. The
yeah,
songs that I took was damn near your exact list. The only difference I had was the most. But yeah, Nightfall, Summer 24, Kitchen Table, Blue Building, and Higher. It was a good listen. I think I ended up playing it twice back to back. It was a good list because I was like, damn, is it better than Everybody Can't Go? But then I listened to it, I was like, nah. It
yeah,
ain't far, like you said, but it's not as good.
yeah.
But still, for somebody who releases multiple projects basically every year, it's a good offering. So
Mhm,
I ain't mad at it at all.
yeah. Now, granted, I don't think it'll make my list anywhere. Like I can see the other two projects making it before this one, but overall, like it's like you said, it's a good help and a good showing from Benny
Mhm.
to show that he's still here,
Yeah,
and
and
I think
I
you,
think, I think he's taken off. I think now it's official that he's the best
hmm,
of Griselda. Well,
yeah,
of that 3,
yeah,
I think he's the best. I think what's his name? Conway, I think he's starting I think he plateaued already, and
yeah,
he's like starting to like slowly
like
um
taper off a little bit.
yeah, just a little bit. It's not big, it's not a big amount, but he's starting to taper off. I think Benny is like still hitting like that
That itch.
yeah, he's getting pretty close to that mark more often than Conway. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we can go to the next one if you want. And
What
this one, huh?
what's next?
This one is probably well, it is my favorite album out of this bunch for sure. But songs for saints and sinners from Killer Mike. And I know originally we weren't gonna put this on the list,
Mhm.
but I feel so even though he did use some songs from Michael, I do feel so it's enough of a deviation from Michael to be considered its own project. So that's why I put it on here. And I honestly, I'm just being real. I think I may enjoy this one more than Michael. That's just my opinion. I mean, anybody can may feel different, but I think I actually felt this album more than Michael. But it's not by much. It's not by much. But that's just how I feel, bro. I see you, bro. I see you. I see you. I see you, bro. I see you.
What you mean by that?
I said exactly what I mean, bro. What you mean?
Um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I said it's not quite Michael, but it's pretty good. I think the songs that I took from it was Nobody Knows, Exit 9, Still Talking That Shit, and High and Holy. Because when people were saying that he was reusing songs from, I thought he just remixed all the songs. I think
Yeah,
he only used like what, two maybe, like
yeah.
Slumber for Junkies and was it one
X
more?
and X and nine. The X and
X9.
nine. Yeah, the scenic route is basically the remix, and he had it offset to that.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, so off that, I wouldn't disqualify it from being considered a new album because everything else was new
Yeah,
to me. And even still with Slumber for Junkies, like it's it's not like he just put a new beat on the song. Like a lot of that content is different.
yeah, it
So
is.
so it's basically a different song.
Mhm.
I think it's just he continuing that like into that, like the theme of that episode of the show.
Mhm.
Like a director's cut or some shit, like kind of like a Snyder cut. Like it's so different that it's basically a different movie, but you can still
Yeah.
see some elements from the old movie in it. But yeah, I gave it a 7.8 out of 10. It was pretty good. I just it didn't hit the marks that that Michael hit. And Humble Me Now. That's a good song. But it was just some of the songs like, bro, why are you rapping like this? Like something about my mother, in the other, in the gutter, in the third. I was like, shut, Mike, stop. What is this? Some of that shit was just off putting, but for the most part, even like the summertime Butch, it's pretty good, very solid.
um, some of the songs I liked the most was the Exit Nine Scenic Route.
Mhm.
I think Offset did a really, really good job on that song. Like Offset, like continues for me, despite of all his in person like life choices and antics and all this stuff. He
Mhm.
further solidifies to me that he was or is the best rapper from the Migos, and he
Yeah,
makes the best music,
yeah.
hands down. Like it's not even close. So he further solidifies that for me. Summer for Junkies, that shit made me cry the first time I heard it. I'm not gonna hold you. Just how he broke that down and how he went into saying with his aunt and how he made her feel, and it just kind of like it just struck a chord with me because I have a family member that's similar to like that in
Mhm.
terms of saying just missing that emotional connection because she got off a little bit off of them, you know what I'm saying? So I've really connected with that song, and I think that's probably why I felt it was better because a lot of the songs for me it connected with me on a personal level. Like
Mhm.
Humble Me was one of those songs. Summer for Junkies. Higher Level was another one of those songs. It just I don't know. I just had a kind of like a more of a personal connection
Personal
to
connection
it.
to it, yeah.
So, but if I put them side by side, maybe I could probably say that the original Michael was better if I'm just going song for song. But the personal connection I had with this one, it kind of took it over the top for me personally. So, overall, I think it's a great project. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Um, Definitely making my next rounds, making my list somewhere. I could probably see it maybe top 15, maybe top 10, but top 15 for sure. I don't
Okay.
see it falling out of the top 15. It'll be in there somewhere for sure.
I
So
dig. I dig it. Yeah, like it's definitely not bad. I just remember, but like you said, that's one thing about music that you can't really account for as far as trying to be objective is the emotional connection that somebody can have to any given song
yeah,
or album. And I think like that part is the variance that you can't control, but also um that you can't delegitimize in somebody else. Um, but yeah, as far as the project itself, it's just hip hop in general. Um, it's just certain stuff that just brings out the human elements. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like how you said, like you had an emotional reaction to that song. Um, like yeah, I feel like that's when art is at its best, when it elicits emotional reaction. Because the connection that it can create with the listener, a lot of times that never goes away, and that could be a song that's etched in their brains forever. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the song that Wiz did, See You Again. Like that song is gonna be a forever classic, not just in hip hop, but in music, because the emotion that it connects on top of the song being dope. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, I definitely understand that aspect of it. Is that the last one from this list?
No, we got one more. We got from DJ Mustard, Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go to something else because it's like this
Uh,
shit like between my notes and my this Word document. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll go ahead and go first real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
I gave this one a 7.7 out of 10. The songs that I like, Show Me the Way, Pressured Up, Parking Lot,
Mhm.
Truth Is, Minds,
Mhm.
One Bad Decision, Yak's Prayer. Shout out to Kodak. And Prayer was dope, but I hated how he had that weird ass dub on his vocals. That
Okay.
shit threw me off.
Oh.
It would actually been like fire if he didn't have that echo on there.
Mhm.
Cause it was just like it's like I just heard you say that. I don't need to hear you say it again 5 seconds later. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that,
Mhm.
it was a pretty good project though.
I think this project got unnecessary hate
Mm,
from. I'm just gonna say the Drake stands. I'm just being honest because when this album came out, all the things were something like, "Oh, it's a flop," and
mhm.
shit wasn't good, and this and that. That's some bullshit. Because I think it's some really good songs on this project, production as well. I don't think it should have gotten the slack it got just because it had low first week numbers. Like
Yeah.
you can't really. That's why I hate when people use that argument. Only people who fuck with Drake and want to be in his fucking skin equate first week numbers
It's a quality
as
project, yeah.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit don't even make no fucking sense. Like I don't give a damn that she had low first week numbers. Like is the album good?
And
And the
also
album go
and
ahead.
also he's independent, so he's not getting the same push that a artist who's signed to a machine would. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a conversation that, for another point in time. But yeah, just let the music be. But I think a big part of like this, and this why I be like, I'm saying this in jest, people. Fuck the casuals, is because they be looking for shit that other people listen to.
Right,
So a big reason why casual fans exist is because they be looking for community,
right.
right? So like if they go somewhere and it's like some obscure shit happening or it's some shit that's not being super pushed in the mainstream, they gonna say they don't like it because they need the validation from other people liking it.
Mhm.
They not willing to just stand out and be like, I like this and I don't care what nobody else say. Like this shit is
Yeah,
fire because it's fire. Like like I don't care if it sold one album or 16 million albums, it's still good. And
right.
I think a lot of people who feel the connection to people because they sell a lot is because they feel validated in knowing that they not the only person. So they be on some FOMO shit for the most part. Like,
Yeah,
and that's why they can say, yeah, bro, it was 18 songs on there. I had 7 I like. Shit, that's a good album. 7 out of 18 is terrible. That's not even
yeah,
50%. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like they don't want to say they don't like it because they don't want to be left out.
yeah. So I just really hate that narrative that went around this album. I think they kind of killed the momentum of it a little bit.
Mhm.
And if it wasn't for Him being so associated with Kendrick, not like us and things like that. I think his exposure would have just been cut after this album because the narrative that was built around this project, it was like it's a flop. And I'm just like, y'all ain't heard the same shit I heard listen to. Like,
Yeah.
this shit is fire to me. I like Up Now. I like Pressured Up, Parking Lot, Fire. Mine was amazing. That's probably my favorite song on here. I like Truth Is, Bad Decision, Pray for Me. Like, it's a lot of good songs on this project, bro. Like, I just hate it got that narrative. That's all. But
Yeah, and
I
that shit
think
came to academics.
Mhm.
And like I said, I don't want to talk about him, but I think, and because the part of it is like he understands, or at least he has knowledge of the system, or at least pretends to where it's like, okay, you know that he's not signed to a major label, so he's not gonna get the backing that a lot of other people would that signed to major labels. Because if he was signed to a major, it probably would have did 50,000 first week, maybe. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But it's some artists that signed the majors that didn't do 18,000 first week.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I like you said, like that shit don't matter to me. Like I'm listening because um yeah, I have personal reasons to why I don't believe that notion either. Like just with the content that we make. Like imagine if
Yeah.
nobody listened to us because it was like, okay, he just got 250 subscribers. Why would I give a fuck about what they talking about when it's like, damn, like now I've been watching y'all for a year. If I would have
Right.
just went with where people was going, I might not have found y'all. But you see what I'm saying? That shit
Yeah.
just stupid. Like everybody comes from somewhere, or everything is not going to be at the top because of a bunch of different reasons. But yeah, shout out to Mustard, man. Shout out to a lot of the people from this episode. They put out some good music. I think
Yeah.
yeah, I just think it's some good ass music that came out last year. So 2025
Yeah.
is going to have a time trying to match the quality that came out last year.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. And do you see Faithful Must See making it to your list?
Shit, maybe. And if it do, it'll be in the 20s.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to do 25 because the 10, like everybody top 10 list gonna be pretty much the same. I think you get more of a view of somebody's taste level and where they are musically when you extend the list beyond that easy portion. Like that's why I don't ask people what they top 5 rap artists is all the time because it's not really gonna be the people they fuck with. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like BJ, Nas, Pop, and Wayne or some shit. And it's just like, nigga, do you even listen to them niggas like that to be like
Yeah.
just saying it because it's gratuitous. You can't do a top 5. At least you think you can't do a top 5 without putting Biggie and Pac on there. And then Jay-Z gotta go on there because Jay-Z is Jay-Z. And Nas beat him. So you gotta put him up there. And niggas who don't listen to Nas would be like, I gotta put him up there because he's the hip-hop man. And then Wayne is probably more indicative of the era they grew up in. So they might
Mhm.
even feel like Wayne the best rapper of all time when it's just like, bro, you just don't have a big enough
Palette.
yeah, and palette. So you're so mistaken. But
Yeah.
I think the top 25 will do a lot for revealing um like just our greater scope as far as how we look at music and the music that came out last year. But if it do, it'll be at the tail end, or if I have time to do an honorable mention, it might be in that. But
I,
it's
I say the same,
tough.
like
25.
20-25 range for me.
Yeah, it'll be tough just based off it having a 7.7 because I know I got a lot of albums that's like in that 7.6 to 7.9 range.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know if they're gonna make it in the top 25. I don't know, but
Yeah.
we'll see. It's good though. I like it.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that was the last one. On you got any other like closing thoughts or anything like that?
Nope. I feel like we did good. Shit, them last 10 minutes was closing thought. They
Yeah.
Oh, but thank y'all for tuning into another episode of the Cypher Road to 100. We'll be releasing these throughout this week. Thank y'all for y'all patience and checking these out. Shout out to Stella. I told her I was gonna leave her a shout out in one of these videos because she been recently going through them and pulling out albums that she liked, and she been doing a lot of commenting on them. So I did want to give her a shout out. Because these take a lot of time to do. So I want to shout out and highlight the people who enjoy them and who have been like giving us feedback. So yeah, that's the closing thought. I'm glad you actually said that because I don't want to be a liar. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning into this latest episode of the Cypher Road to 100. And until next time, man, we out here. Peace. What's good, y'all? I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And we are back for another long-awaited, long-anticipated episode of Road to 100. And this is episode 12 of the 20-episode series. Before we get started, DJ, how you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I mean, I know we was talking beforehand, but for the most part, I'm good. Physically, mentally, I'm good. So I'm here.
At least you ain't sick on top of it.
Yeah, nah, I ain't sick, man.
As you can see, I got on a hoodie with the headphones on top.
Yeah.
You know, so there's shit going on. So
yeah.
But let's get into it. Like I said, this is episode 12 of the long-awaited. Because it's been a while. It's probably been what, like 3 weeks since we did the last episode?
Probably, yeah. I think right.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, I think like right at a month. I think.
Okay. And I think we got a pretty decent lineup for this episode. DJ, what are the 5 for episode 12?
We have Logic with his album Ultra 85. We got Larry June doing it for me. We got YG Just Read Up 3. Cash Cobain with his album titled Play Cash Cobain. And we got Big Sean Better Me Than You. And
alrighty.
And with this, I think we should kind of go in the opposite way, just because we've already kind of tackled Big Sean. So, yeah, I don't really want to stay on the heels too long. Like we literally got a whole episode for this album.
Oh, okay. So you want to do Big Sean first,
Yeah.
and then Cash. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. And since you came up with that list, I'm gonna let you go first on the Big Sean.
Yeah. So I mean, for everybody watching, if y'all don't know, like we definitely got a whole in-depth album review up on the channel on YouTube. So I'm definitely go check that out. So I won't be too long-winded on this, recap. But yeah, Better Me Than You was an album from Big Sean that I was kind of anticipating. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I wanted to see where he would go from Detroit to, and
Okay.
and because he took a while for this album to come out, like a couple of years. I think he took like maybe 2 to 3 years off before this album came out, if I remember right. So I mean, it was a minute before we heard from Big Sean. So I was, kind of excited to see what he would do. And it's definitely some hits on here, but it's some misses as well. I don't want to go too deep without revealing a lot of what we discussed on the episode, but
Detroit 2 came out in 2020.
Oh, so shit. So what? 4 years then. So it was even longer than what I thought it was. So now, granted, he did have a child within this time frame, so I give him grace as a father to a father. You know what I'm saying? You live your life and you handle your priorities. So I get that, no problem. But I wish I could have felt or experienced more of his fatherhood journey on that album, personally. For the artists that I really like, that I really kind of connect to, I kind of wish to see, like, where you are in your life and your journey and how you got to where you're going and how you handling, I know, the same type of stuff that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of like, I wish I kind of got more of that. I mean, he got a song on here dedicated to his son, but it's not really like a song about his son. He just more so just mentioned him at the end of the song. Otherwise, it's just like a regular song that he rapping over. But I didn't really get a lot of that, so I was kind of disappointed with that a little bit. But the raps are still there. Like he can still rap. Like he's still a good rapper. But I think the conviction could use a little work. And we definitely discussed that a lot in the album review as far as like his conviction on a lot of the songs. Like you may be saying something, but do we believe you? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of tough, but overall, it is a good project. I can see it making my top 25 somewhere maybe 15 ish, 15, 20 range, something like that. But I don't know. It just depends. It just depends because I have not made my list yet. So I'm just speculating what it'll be. But I gave it a 7.8 out of 10. Some of my favorite songs was Boundaries. I think that's me and your like our favorite song gonna have at least one of the favorites for sure. Is Boundaries, Typecast, Precision. Precision is one of the singles off the album, so I did like that. I like My Life featuring Ellie Goulding and Together Forever featuring The Alchemist. I like that one too. And I kind of didn't like this song at first, but I like it now. It is what it is, featuring Gunna. I do like that.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, those are kind of the ones that kind of stood out in terms of like rotation wise for me. But what did you think?
Um, that top 15 shit out of here. Top 25 out of here. It's probably a better chance top 40. Like, absolutely
Damn.
not. I was just doing my like all of the albums that I have rated over 8 out of 10, and I'm
Oh
not even finished because, like I said, we just at episode 12.
yeah,
I got like 24 albums already.
yeah,
That's over 8.0
yeah,
out of 10.
yeah.
This will be lucky to make the top 50 maybe.
Damn. Okay.
Like, nah, bro. I said it's not nearly enough energy or heart in this album. Limited confidence, but you know, Big Sean is a professional artist, so there will be songs that that you can peel out of an album,
Yeah.
even if it's not his best or not a good representation of what we feel like
Oh,
should be in alignment with where he is in his career. But those songs are Pressure, Apologize, Black Void, Million Pieces, Boundaries, Precision, and Together Forever. I think Together Forever is probably my favorite song. I think it's the most complete song as far as his rapping, the beat.
okay.
I just hate that he was like forever, duh.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, why the fuck you so goofy? Like,
Yeah.
be serious. Like, I ain't saying be fucking. I don't know, but it's just like, okay, if this is the energy you giving off, you don't have to do the cartoony shit.
Hmm.
But that's a very small gripe about that song because that song is, I think it's the best song on the album. So I'm not gonna harp on it too much. And a close second is Boundaries. And but yeah, I just don't think he, like you said, like it's a lot of dots. They're just not connecting.
Hmm.
It's some really good songs on here. It's also some other bland ass songs. Like if they didn't make it on the list that I just gave you for the people watching, I don't like them songs at all. I hate the Usher flip.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
don't
that.
like the It Is What It Is song. I don't even remember the titles of the rest of them other songs. I don't like them hoes. I think I was being gracious with the 7.5.
Mhm.
I think I was being gracious with the 7.5. And it's probably because of the songs that I got highlighted. They're carrying the album. Cause probably going back, like I could probably take Apologize off this list.
Yeah, I mean,
But I ain't gonna
apologize
drag them.
yeah, apologize was cool, but I wouldn't put it as one of those songs like, hey, you need to go listen to that song on the album. Like I wouldn't do that. Nah.
Yeah. Cause I think sometimes when I'm making these lists, it's not like necessarily a standout. It's just like, okay, I like this song. You know what I mean? Because at one point we were trying to keep it to like 5 or 6, but it'd be good songs. So
Mm.
like this song was cool. Well, I mean, Apologize was cool. In retrospect, if I made the list again, I might take it off. But other than that, it's a solid album. It's not great. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
It would have been much better if he rapped like he meant it though.
Yeah.
7.5 out of 10 for me. top 40 possible. Probably not higher than that.
Yeah. So I don't know because, like I said, I haven't even compiled like how many eights. Well, it's not that many nines at all, but I'm pretty sure I got like you said, a lot of eights, a lot of eights. Several sevens. I haven't compiled any of that yet, so I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, like I do like that album somewhere on my list as of this moment. So, um, but if you ready, we can just go to the next song. I mean, the next album, and it's
Yeah,
from
let's go ahead.
Cash Cobain. Play Cash Cobain. It's the name of the album. I'm gonna let you go first, Skip.
I said, and this is verbatim what I said. This shit is just here. No good shit, but it's not horrible. But it's not pleasant. And it's not the worst thing ever. But it kind of sucks. He ain't write a single word on this project. He really just making up shit and rambling.
Yes.
And then say, like, damn. I'm almost done. The song Problem was good.
Yeah.
And I said I made it to song 8 and turned it off. It's literally the same fucking thing every song. Next.
It's the same. When I told you, when you asked me about it in text, I said, bro, this good background music. But that's about it. If you not trying to focus on, you just want to hear something in the background while you're doing something, this is the perfect music for that. Because literally it's just the same beat over and over, same drum pattern, same tempo. Like it's the same everything on every song, bro. I said this album is the epitome like of NPCs. Like it's just fucking there. It does nothing for you, like at all. Like it doesn't get you hype. It doesn't get you emotional. It's just there. I didn't even like.
Yeah.
After like the fourth song, like bro, I was like, I'm good on this shit, bro. I'm not even like my first run through. Like I didn't even listen to the whole shit though. I just gave it a 4 because I listened to 4 songs, and I left it at that. But then I did go back and listen to it again, like the whole project, and that's when I found out, like, oh shit, every song is the fucking same. So I'm good on this. I have no problem still sticking with my original 4 that I gave it. And I'll probably never go back to this album. Well, I know for a
Oh
fact.
no, this shit is dead. I
Yeah.
will never listen to this shit again.
Yeah.
And also, I'm gonna just say this and then we'll go to the next one. But I think like background music is like that term is such an insult.
And I meant that.
Like the fact that so when it's like, hey, this is good music if you don't want to listen to music. That's what that means.
Yeah.
And that shit is crazy. But let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
Just read up 3, YG. What you got?
I remember talking to you about this album a couple times here and there. I know you're very high on this project. And I'm just kind of like, I'm just being honest. It didn't really strike a major chord with me. Now, granted, I'm not the biggest YG fan in general. Like, he cool.
400.
Like, I like some of his songs. Like, I mean, I definitely like what he's contributed to hip hop. But for the most part, I'll be just fine if I never heard an album from him. Like, after, what was the shit? What was the name of that album? Shit, I just
My Brazy Life.
Yes, that one. So yeah, I'm good like on this one, but it did like it was some songs on here I like. Starting with Violence. When you see Violence on the track list on down, that's why I kind of like got into it enough to like, okay, these are some decent to cool songs because I like Violence. I like Rescue Me featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I like Colors featuring Mozzie and Ackright. I like Love Me. I like Pimp My Ride. But Naka is probably my favorite song on the whole project. Like it was just like a little run of those songs. Like, oh, okay, now this is cool. I like these, but the first half of the album, it just didn't do nothing for me, bro. And I listened to this album at least 5 times. I'm like, what am I missing, bro? Like this shit is just not connected with me. I listened to it in the gym when I was working out. one time. I listened to it with no distractions around me. I listened to it driving in the car, like I was going to work. When I was doing like my second job, so I listened to it in several different ways to consume it, like to see if I'm missing something, and it just didn't hit for me, bro. So, I mean, personally, I don't see this making my list anywhere at all. So, but like I said, I know you had some good things to say about it. So, what did you think?
Yeah. What rating did you give it?
I gave it a 6.8 out of 10.
Okay. I said it was an unexpectedly dope album.
Okay.
I liked a lot of songs on here. Go Brazy, Right Now. She Pretty. Put It in My Hand. Her Way. I said Her Way made me feel so uncomfortable. I skipped it halfway through. I liked It's Given. I like Malibu, Rescue Me, Colors, Knocker, Pimp My Ride, and I'm in Love. I said the only songs that I didn't personally jive with is the weird ass sex songs, but everything else slapped to me. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
It's like I just don't like the one thing I don't like is when people I don't like when male rappers is like in my ear talking about sex.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like I don't
like what they doing.
like I hate when like my rapper homies send me songs and they talking about fucking. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit like, yeah, I'm gonna eat that. Like, nah, bro, get out of my ear. Get that weird shit on somewhere, bro. I don't want to hear you talking about that.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me. But yeah, the beats was good. I like the energy of this album. Yeah, it was good to me, man. Yeah, it might make my top 25.
Wow. I mean, I knew you liked it
Depending on how many because like I said, I got a lot of albums like that's like in this that's like occupying the same spot, like 7.9 to like 8.2. I got a lot of albums in that spot right there.
Okay.
And so we'll see.
Like I say, I mean, I knew you said a lot of good things about it, but I wouldn't expect it to be that high. Like, okay.
It's good.
Okay. Like I said, it's not like I don't like YG like as a like persona as a person, but just his music don't really connect with me. So I'm good on that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, because he put out more than one project last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So he working. That's all I see. And I did listen to that.
Because I think he ended now.
Yeah, yeah. And I did hear that on the song. I think you said you're gonna react to the 2004 song from him where everybody talking about. I just listened to it before we start recording this, and bro, yeah, it's very personal. I'll say that if you ain't heard it yet, it's very personal. So
if they watching this, 9 times out of 10 they seen it. I posted it on the Patreon and the YouTube members.
Oh, okay.
So it'll hit the YouTube streets sometime this week.
Okay, so you've already done it.
Yeah, in that screenshot that I sent you earlier, it was in there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You just saw that red sign and started flipping out and didn't pay. It didn't look no more.
I was like, what the hell going on here? but okay.
But let's get to the next one. Doing It For Me, Larry June. I'm gonna go ahead and go first.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I think this style of rap it's just always gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like nothing spectacular, nothing terrible. It's just gonna always be cool. Just middle of the road, some high points, some low points, but still in this like fixed space. Mm-hmm. But the songs I liked on here were Magnum P.I., Real Talk Part 2, Meet Me in Napa, Imported Couches, Cleaning My Spot, Like a Mac, and Moneybag. And I gave it a 7.2 out of 10.
Okay. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
You had some of the songs I like a Mac was one of the ones I like. Imported Couches, Magnum P.I., and Morning Calculations was one of the ones that I kind of enjoyed. like I said, it's just like it's in a fixed space. That's pretty much a perfect way to explain this project. Like what you said, it's just kind of like in a fixed space. Like it's not bad, but it's not like amazing. Like it's just cool, bro. Like he not really super lyrical like that, but he is flowing. The ambiance, the vibe is nice. You know what I'm saying? And now, granted, his
A lot of
voice.
niggas is Chick-fil-A.
What that mean?
You know, like like
Oh,
something is wrong with that Chick-fil-A if the food not good.
yeah,
But it's never going to be like, oh my God, like I remember the first time I had Chick-fil-A. You'll never get that back.
yeah, yeah.
It's like the lemonade be good, but it's not like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you get introduced to it, it should be amazing at first.
Yeah.
And it never gets bad. It's just always varying levels of good.
And that's all I was just about to say, because like he fall in the category like Benny the Butcher and like Griselda and them. Like they have a niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think they kind of capped out of where they at. And they just stay within varying levels of where their niche is. Like it's nothing really going to be
Mm-hmm.
something extraordinary. It's just going to be right where it's at. And but also at the same time, it can get kind of repetitive. And
Yeah.
with his voice, Larry June voice, his monotone shit, like I really,
Sounding like a zero.
yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, like I can't take large doses of him. Like pause, goddamn. but
That's crazy.
I just can't listen to a lot of his projects like back to back. Like I just, his voice is just too monotone for me, bro. And
You tell me.
oh, come
You
on,
tell
bro,
me.
come on, bro. And also too, with his style that he rap with, I've heard people with similar style, like with that same style, do it better. Like Wiz, for example, is someone I feel so it's in that same range, same style, but does it a hell of a lot better than him. Like it's not even
It's the
close.
charisma.
Okay, okay,
I think that's a big part of it. It's the charisma.
and
A lot of niggas in this lane right here lack charisma.
yeah, Wiz do it way better. Even current Wiz, like some of the stuff I've heard from him recently, he still in some pockets he still got it, bro. He still has enough to keep me entertained, you know what I'm saying, or engaged in a project. And he's an underrated lyricist to me, in my opinion. Like Wiz can rap, bro, but he just kind of like
Yeah.
got his own little style. And he stick with it, and it's been successful for him. And I think the same would be for Larry June. I think it'd be the same for him. Like he has a style, but I don't see him like blowing up like major or anything like that. It's just gonna be right in the cool range, and that's where he gonna stay at, which isn't bad, but it isn't necessarily good either. So, but overall, I do think it's a good album though. Like to
Yeah.
move out, like I do think it's a good album. So, shout out to Larry June though.
And I think as a independent artist, I think the spot that he's in is kind of like, my bad, kind of like the spot that you want to be at, because you know you can deliver consistent content to your fan base, you can continue to hit a certain mark,
Yeah,
and you may not even have the resources to create an album that hits through that glass ceiling. So it's like your goal, so to speak, could be to get as close to the ceiling as you can over and over and over.
yeah. Just be consistent.
So yeah, so as an independent artist, I mean, it's successful,
Yeah,
because you're not gonna get a Pharrell beat, like, you know what I'm saying. And it's not to say that like Alchemist, Derringer, Hair Fraud, all these guys are like bargain brand shoppers. I mean, bargain brand products. That's not what I'm saying. But like a Pharrell beat might cost your entire album budget.
Mhm.
So if that's not what you're trying to get into, you go to the people, you go to Costco.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You go to Costco, you're gonna get stuff in bulk at Costco that's gonna be pretty good quality. You know what I mean? You might not be able to go get your skincare from Sephora. You might have to just go to a lesser, you know what I'm saying? You can't go boutique yet,
yeah,
because that boutique shit is too expensive. And it'll throw off all of what you're doing. Now it's too much, because now you gotta play the game.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he can just put this music out and he ain't gotta play the game. So Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's successful for where he is as an artist, but like mainstream wise or like bigger picture, you know, it's kind of like, well, you know,
and
you
like,
in a niche.
and I hate to kind of say this, but it is kind of true. Like he's in the Currency boat, like to where Currency kind of like he puts out so much music, but he's so consistent with the quality of the product that he's just constantly building a fan base that stick with him, regardless of how long he's been doing it. And I can see that the same thing for Larry June, where he can just continuously make music right at that ceiling that's still good, but not really amazing, but still cultivate and gain, build his fan base up. So, like you said, for somebody in his position, like independent artist, that's great. So I'm definitely not knocking him for. I'm not hating, but like I said, it's not something that I feel that's gonna make my list, honestly.
Gotcha. So let's get to the last one. Ultra 85.
Yeah.
By the multi-time retired recording artist. the biracial barbarian himself, Logic.
I was gonna say the biracial angel, but
I don't know about no angel, but I didn't know anything about like the concept behind the album as far as it being a follow-up to Incredible True Story.
Yep.
I didn't know nothing about that. So I'm listening to it, and my first note was it appears to be a follow-up to the Incredible True Story.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know I said, I'm looking at my notes right now, but I said my only gripe is he seems to get the entire theme of the album compiled into each verse, and then it gets repetitive.
Yes.
Like he's not building on top of it to get to a point. It's like the entire, like the opening shit. It's like when you watch a movie, well, you watch a trailer first, and then you go see the movie, and the entire movie's in the trailer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, you got more
context
film when you get there and actually watch it. It's more film to watch, but as far as what you leave with, you had everything that you left with from the movies when you went in by just watching the trailer. And that kind of was pissing me off about it. But I said he should refine that part of his song making. The Paul Rodriguez intro was fire.
Yes.
I think that shit was like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He was going crazy on that song. Deja Vu was hard.
Yep.
Favela and Gardens 3 was tough. Ghost in the Machine.
That's the one.
In retrospect, goes left out of nowhere.
Yep.
One of my notes was the production is really good. I wasn't expecting the lemonade flip interpolation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to have some kind of negative comments. I say he has the Joyner Lucas word vomit filler rap syndrome.
Yep.
It's a gross overuse of talent that goes nowhere. 44 Forever. I mean, 4 Ever is a prime example of him just rapping, just doing stupid shit. And is that the song where he just rapping real fast?
Yep.
Okay. Teleport is the most creative song on the album so far. This shit is fire. Well used flow patterns and changes. I said, is Antidote supposed to be a Keem type track? And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Beautiful storytelling through the films and how it led him into hip hop. I thought that was dope because I never because the connection was always there, but he never made it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this was kind of like his Duckworth in a sense, or like his Genesis story. I thought that song was super dope. I really liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Peace, Love, and Positivity was good. Mm-hmm. He's turning the album around towards the end, fighting off that mid label because I was about to give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
The Madically scheme on City of Stars was cringy as fuck to me. The feature artist went stupid. Logic shit was just too choppy and it hurt his verse quality. Mm-hmm. That's a problem I be having with Eminem sometimes too. Is like this shit doesn't sound good. Like technically you're doing something, but it just doesn't sound good. Like you're fucking the song up.
Right.
Thanks for Believing in Me is a good ending to the album. Great emotional conveyance with the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I gave this album a 8.1 out of 10.
I gave it an 8, an 8 out of 10. With Logic, I kind of got a love-hate relationship with Logic. Because he has moments to where he is really good, bro. He is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had moments where he just like, what the fuck was that? Like it just kind of really up and down, up and down. And yes, I really get tired of the repetitiveness of a lot of the songs, a lot of the content matter, especially with the whole I'm black, I'm white, y'all don't love me, y'all don't respect me, I'm really black, but y'all don't believe me. Like that shit. I've heard that shit so many times, bro. Like I'm just kind of, because I remember I told you, like, I'm over this nigga, bro. Like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to hear this shit no fucking more. But then with the production, his producer, Six, he's amazing to me, bro. Like, he does really, really good job. Like, his production is crazy. And he's been doing it pretty much Logic's whole career. Because once he kind of dissociated himself from No ID, Six came along and took over the majority of his production and really just like took off. So I definitely appreciate that. Um, as far as what I was telling you, as far as like how he does I think that's something we really need to discuss on the episode. What is a concept album, right? Because the way that he does his concept albums, to me, I don't really, it don't fit for me. It don't kind of make sense now when I look back at it. Back when these albums came out, like I didn't really notice it, but like especially with this project, kind of really stuck out to me. And I think
How so?
You kind of said it because a lot of the skits and the story in between the songs and things like that, none of it kind of like it's something totally separate from the songs themselves. Like, but I think you kind of explained it to me, and it kind of made a little bit more sense. Because I'm just going off my notes right now. I'm just trying to go in that order. But and I put in here, you kind of put it in a perspective of where the album, like the actual skits, don't necessarily have to go with the songs because they're just pulling from a database of songs that they've had from leaving old Earth, and they're just listening to them as they're talking. So
yeah.
But when I was listening to the album, like that kind of bothered me at first until you said that. Cause I'm just like, what the fuck does this shit have to do with the actual storytelling that's going on? Like I kind of wish like he just did a whole album of just the story. Let me get an audio book of just the story. I just listen to that shit just to be honest, because he has like goated voice actors like that's very well known that's doing these skits. Like Steven Bloom is a goated voice actor in anime, TV shows, cartoons. Like he's very well known, bro. Like he's been around. If you should recognize his voice.
You're a nerd.
I know. I'm sorry. Like I literally know this. I know this man's name, bro. I really do. But that's because he's done so much, bro. Like
yeah,
in the space, and he's most known for being the voice of Spike from Cowboy Bebop. And and that show is one of Logic's biggest inspirations in terms of how he structures his albums and the story itself. Like if you know the show Cowboy Bebop, the story that he conveys on his concept albums is very similar to that. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very similar. So, but overall, I still like it. But in certain parts of the album, it's kind of get like you said, really repetitive. Some of the songs I did like was Deja Vu. I like Paul Rodriguez, Ghost in the Machine, Interstellar. I like that song. In Retrospect, I like that one. Love Me, I like that song. I like Teleport, but I hate the hook. I hate that shit. I hate it so much. What it was, bitch, you bugging me like zzz, zzz, zzz. I hate that shit so much. Like I hate that shit. It makes me cringe, bro. I hate that hook so much. But once he get back in the verse, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Until the hook come back up. So it just, I don't know. I just think it's kind of corny. I don't like that hook. It just kind of take me out a little bit. But when I realized that when I listened to the actual story of the album before I actually really listened to the songs, and I remember him saying that Ultra 85 was a prequel in terms of the story to the Incredible True Story. And I was like, yep, this definitely makes sense when you listen to what they're saying, because in this album, the two main characters, they were meeting for the first time on this album.
Yeah.
When you listen to the story versus the other album, they was already doing missions together. They had been doing missions together for a while. So I thought that was cool. And Thalia, the AI, like she wasn't in this. Like she didn't come in until like the end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. I don't know where Logic goes from here though, just to be honest. Because like you said, he's constantly retiring and unretiring. So music wise, I don't really know where he goes from here. Like if he stops, I'm good. Like I don't need to hear nothing else from Logic. Like he has enough in his catalog to where I can always go back to and enjoy it. And it's really early on in his career. Like if you remember, I don't know if you heard a lot of the Frank Sinatra mixtapes
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Those are like that leading into Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Man, like that run was crazy. He was rapping his ass off. So that Incredible True Story, Under Pressure, like and No Pressure. I did like No Pressure. That was the one he was supposedly retired on, but then
Yeah.
came back.
And that was the last one I listened to. I didn't listen to
Vinyl Days.
Vinyl Days. And wasn't it something after Vinyl Days, like an experimental album?
Well, no, he came out with the because he wrote a book and he did a soundtrack based on the book. It's called Super.
Well, yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
Yes, it's called Supermarket.
But in reference to the story of it, it's like it's two things happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. Like, and I feel like that's kind of Tarantino-esque kind of. Like if you go back and watch Pulp Fiction, it was so much shit happening.
Yeah.
But the baseline of the story, like there was a primary story being told through the vantage point of Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta's character. But like Bruce Willis' character had a whole nother story.
Right.
So the album Ultra 85 is just like it's the subplot. The primary story is the actual story. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, this is what we're listening to as we're going through this experience. So you can almost look at the album as product placement.
Mm-hmm.
And it stands completely separate from the storyline. And the connective thread is their appreciation for music. It's like, okay, if all that we have left of the earth is entertainment and we're going back through music, it's kind of just like, hey, I'm so dope that if the world ended, my music is timeless. That's kind of how I take it. It's like meta commentary from Logic. Like, I feel like my music is timeless. And in days of, future dystopianism, like my music will still be getting played. And I think that's a very cool concept, because I watched shows like the 100 and other shit like that where they're living on spaceships and shit. So this whole concept is not foreign to me. And I really liked it on Incredible True Story, and I liked it here too. So I just kind of like accept it for what it is, because like I think halfway through I'm like, okay, it's not connected. They're just happening parallel to each other. There's no intersection.
And that's what kind of threw me off when I was listening. I'm like, how does this story relate to Logic though? Like, if this is your album, how does this relate to you? How does this connect to
He's
you?
the object being consumed in the future. That's the connecting point.
Gotcha. Okay.
That, like, if they do intersect, that's the point.
Okay.
Like Logic himself is the music is the intersection.
Yeah.
But they just eventually have a point where they come together, and then they keep going their separate ways. But there's no direct connection to
the story,
the actual album and the storyline outside of the fact that they intersect in the future.
Gotcha.
That's it.
And when I look at it like that, I can appreciate it a whole lot more. But I was
Yeah.
just kind of getting to like, where does this connect to him? And that was just kind of getting lost to me, and it was kind of pissing me off when I little like, because you could just really make random ass songs and put them on here, but they don't go together for real like that. What's keeping the songs themselves together is the story, the main story that you're listening to of the pilots going off on these missions, trying to find new life or trying to find inhabitable planets. So so all the space colonies can move to and expand and things like that. I'm like, how does that,
But real quick,
yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, some of the conversations they were having bled into the song concepts.
they did.
So if you go back and so that the conversation they were having with, if you get a chance to go back and listen to the conversation and see how that appears in the songs. And if that's the case, the concept and the thematic through line is deeper than, more connected than we think it is.
Okay. But
yeah, man. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, with all that being said, like, regardless of my initial gripes on the album, I still very much enjoyed it, especially with it being a follow up to one of his better albums in his discography. I don't think it's better than the first one, but it is a good follow up for sure, as far as the story, because we see where it all started, because this is technically the start of the journey for his entire story. So I appreciated that. I definitely, like I said, I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. As of right now, I can see it making my list. I just don't know where yet.
I got you. And thank y'all for tuning in to episode 12 of Decipher Road to 100. This will be, we're going to do 12, 13, and 14 in succession. So those will be out within the same week. And then the next week we'll be getting to 15 to 17 and then 18 to 20 the next week. And if you're watching this on Patreon, once we finish these, we'll release these on YouTube leading up as we prepare for those 2 episodes, the 25 to 11 and then the 10 to 1. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And until next time, we out of here, y'all. Peace.